Dear friends, I'm so glad to talk about one of my friends, an advocate, Jacob Paul. He is very prominent lawyer as well as he is trying to become the part of the judiciary of our nation. He is very much involved with social and political programs, and he has written me a short message related with his faith. And I wish I could ponder with you these programs, his ideas, so that you will also be cherished. He has written the title like this: Why I am not an atheist. That means he is not an atheist, and the reasons why he is not believing in atheism. That's what he mentions. So what he says, atheists believe that nothing created this universe, but he says he believes that God created, and at least God is something for him. And he says, I think it is wise to believe something can do something rather than nothing can do something. Those who believe that nothing could create nothing is a theist. Consider the following statement. Nothing stopped a Nazi force from invading Poland. On hearing this, someone said, thanks to nothing for stopping Nazi. The fact is that nothing could stop nothing. It is easy to believe in atheism blindly, but it is very difficult to accept it as a fact. The second greatest blunder one can say in this world is that nothing created everything, this universe. Just imagine. The first and greatest blunder one can say is that the statement nothing created this universe has something to do with the science and it is scientific. That's what their claims. Belief that nothing created all things goes beyond the boundaries of empiricism. Empiricism, what does it mean? Firstly, atheists blindly believe that nothing created all things. Then secondly, they blindly believe that what they blindly believe is not something they believe blindly. Instead, they understand it by science. These couple blind beliefs are to be believed simultaneously for becoming an atheist. One must practically need more faith to be atheist than atheist. Is it not true? Yes. I consider many people thinking that they believe the billionaires' years that has taken to create everything or that has been formed in this world like that. So there are much sufferings in this world. When we look into this world, we see that a lot of sufferings are going through. So though we have advanced our technologies and amended our laws, we still do not have an earth without sufferings. Maybe you are going through some physical problems or deformities, or your family members or your relatives, you come across people who are suffering a lot. Natural calamities are there. A lot of struggles that we are seeing every day in our life we are coming across. So the most deadly disease which every man has developed from the day on which he has born is death. Is it not true? Yes. We all are afraid of death. Every man in this planet will one day surrender to this disease. Ever in the history, Lord did not succeed to fully eradicate violence. It kept aloof many from committing violence by fear of punishment, but not all. Likewise, ever in the history, medicines did not succeed to fully eradicate diseases and death. Many who born before you died, despite of many physicians and medicines. Law and science are solutions to human sufferings, including death, but they are not a complete solution. Here, the Christian theism provides salvation from it by resurrection of death, final judgment, and eternal life through the work of Jesus Christ. Do atheists have an ultimate solution for human sufferings, violence, and death? That's my sincere question to each and everyone who believe that atheism is the ultimate reality. Atheists who usually misuse the word science might say that their solution is science. They consider science brings everything for them. Though science is a solution to some extent only, That you should not forget. It is not a solution provided by atheism. Science is totally independent of atheism. No atheist can claim that it is their discoveries. They cannot claim that this is their possession. The benefit of science can be availed by atheists as well as theists. Don't consider that theists are against the science. In fact, they are the people who contributed much for the development of the science and even for the origin of science. Why one need atheism to avail the benefit of science? Are all scientists atheists? Certainly not. Whether majority of the scientists who either discovered some existing facts which are not beyond empiricism or invented things useful or modified things already invented are atheists? The answer is no. For example, Louis Pasteur, you know him very well. You might have studied about him. Mendeleev and Isaac Newton were strong theists. They were considered as the prominent in the scientific world. So those who ask the world's third most dumbest question, whether you believe in science or God, may please take notice of the above fact. So I don't say that the scientists whom I mentioned became scientists necessarily because they are theists. They believe in God, but that may not be the reason why they became the scientists. But their theistic perspective might have aided them to practice science, that they may think if there exists an intelligent creator behind creations, instead mere chances and cause, there must be some intelligent principle or law behind the working of these creations. One who makes a watch, just an example, will devise a mechanism for its work. No watchmaker will personally turn needles of watches made by him while these watches are lying around the wrist of his customers. Again, when the Christian solution for sufferings and death is resurrection of death, final judgment and eternal life earned by Christ, atheists may often ask the proof. Atheists must acknowledge before asking this question that Christian theism has a pleading. Atheists must ask to themselves whether they have a pleading at least. Do atheists have a solution provided by their own atheism? They don't have any. It is well known to advocates or barristers or lawyers, attorneys, that there must be pleadings before proof in order to establish a fact. It is better to rely on something which has definite pleading than on something else which does not. Here, I wanted to conclude by saying that atheism is not the remedy for you to live in this world, but theism or believing in God gives you more meaningful, more authentic, and also that gives you more strength in your personal life. So it's my humble request to each and everyone who heard me that you recheck about your faith. Recheck what you are believing. Just remain what you are believing, how you are living this world. Can you just find out the meaning of our life? Your life is having some meaning. Find out what it is. Thank you very much for listening to me.